How's it going, everyone? It's Milwaukee coming back at you once again, and today we're going to be discussing Flashpoint Beyond by Geoff Johns. Let's get into it. On this story, I went ahead and I read ahead. This was published in 2022, according to the dates on the book. With the channel, I'm just now covering the New 52 and Flashpoint, but I heard about this title and I wanted to read it while Flashpoint was still fresh in my mind. But I gotta say, that might have been a mistake because there's a lot of context in the story that I'm just not getting. Events have happened in the 10 years between Flashpoint and Flashpoint Beyond in the real world and in the DC universe where I was just like, what are they talking about? So I wasn't even sure if I was going to review this one. I might not. I just want to discuss it here. That way, in the future, when I get back to it in the timeline, I'll be able to recover it and I'll have more context, and we'll be able to see if my thoughts differ here or there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just give you the general rundown of the story. I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds with it because, like I said, there's a lot of context here. There's characters I don't know. They're talking about and referencing events that I don't understand. But the gist of the story, the heart of the story, featuring Batman, Thomas Wayne, that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to cover that briefly right now. Thomas Wayne, Batman, wakes up in the Flashpoint universe that should not be, and he realizes that he shouldn't be there. So he said last time something like this happened, Barry Allen came to him, and they were able to revert, the Flashpoint world into the New 52, so Bruce Wayne could live. So in this book, Thomas Wayne, he goes to seek out Barry Allen. It's kind of the reverse of the original Flashpoint, which was something I enjoyed here, albeit briefly. When Thomas Wayne Batman catches up with Barry Allen, he kidnaps him because Barry Allen in this universe is not the Flash. Batman takes Barry Allen up to the top of Wayne Casino and he straps him into an electric chair and he brings in all the correct chemicals that are going to turn Barry Allen into the Flash, only before lightning strikes, one of Aquaman's assassins takes out the jars of chemicals, lightning strikes, and Barry gets fried. So now Batman's got quite the problem on his hands. He has no Flash because Barry Allen is dead. So he decides to investigate why would Emperor Aquaman send one of his assassins to take out Barry Allen. Infiltrating Emperor Aquaman's headquarters, Batman stumbles across Wonder Woman, who he ends up freeing. And while he's fighting with Emperor Aquaman, trying to get to the bottom of this whole assassination thing, he learns that Emperor Aquaman wasn't involved, and it gives Wonder Woman the opportunity to stab Aquaman in the back and kill him. Now, a major point of this story is that Harvey Dent, he's a little salty after the events of, Batman Night of Vengeance, the Flashpoint tie-in, where Martha Wayne's Joker kidnapped Harvey Dent's kids, and she killed Commissioner Gordon in front of the kids. So one of the kids ends up committing suicide, which is pretty crazy. And so Harvey Dent blames Thomas Wayne, so he's going to put Thomas Wayne in jail for the death of Joe Chill. But before he can do that, Harvey Dent gets killed right outside Wayne Casino. Thomas Wayne ends up taking in Dexter Dent, just like Bruce Wayne would take in Dick Grayson. Then we see that life in the Flashpoint universe does indeed go on as Superman, or Project Superman, or whatever the hell you want to call him. He goes to Gotham to recruit Thomas Wayne Batman because he needs to get heroes together, much like Cyborg did in the original Flashpoint. Only this time, instead of fighting Emperor Aquaman and Wonder Woman, they're taking on an impending Kryptonian invasion. Of course, Thomas Wayne Batman refuses to join on. Anyway, here I'm just going to cut to the chase. Harvey Dent's wife, she's locked up in Arkham Asylum. She ends up cutting up her face and becoming the new Two-Face. Dexter Dent becomes the new Robin. It turns out that Martha Wayne, the Joker, she's still alive. She didn't die at the end of Batman Night of Vengeance. She's been living in Arkham Asylum, in between the walls. She has her own base there, and she overheard a psycho pirate talking about Bruce Wayne. So she ends up getting her hands on a time sphere and she wants her and Thomas Wayne to go back to the moment where Bruce Wayne was killed in Crime Alley and stop it from happening. And of course, Thomas Wayne, he's tempted to do it, but in the end, he ends up choosing Dexter Dent over Bruce Wayne, and thus the timeline is saved, and, whatever. And then we get an ending here where, Thomas Wayne and Dexter Dent, they're the new Batman and Robin, and Martha Wayne, she's locked up in a cell as a Joker in the Batcave, and they're all one big dysfunctional but happy family. Like I said, the book is not confusing. I understand the gist of it. There's just a lot of stuff with Bruce Wayne and the Time Hunters and all this stuff going on. There's Watchmen characters involved. Even the final page of the book has this new Watchmen character who's trying to break into a building, but she can't do it, and it's supposed to lead into something else. And this whole event is supposed to lead to something called the new Golden Age of DC, which, I don't really know what that is because I haven't researched it. But like I said, this book, I don't know if it should exist or not, because it's as a sequel to Flashpoint, it was kind of fun. Having the events of the book, turned around this time, instead of Barry Allen needing, Thomas Wayne Batman, Thomas Wayne Batman, he's Barry Allen. I thought that was fun. But again, just there's a lot of stupid stuff like Martha Wayne Joker being able to kill Eobard Thawne. I just don't buy that. Her even being alive, I just don't buy that either. Harvey Dent's wife turning into Two-Face, why bother? It turns out the kid didn't commit suicide. She killed the kid. That's why she's in Arkham. And we're supposed to care, but we just don't. And all throughout this book, they keep referencing the Dark Crisis, the Dark Crisis. Thomas Wayne Batman is at some point going to go up against Darkseid, which I never read that yet, so it's new to me. And it's a big point in the book. They keep referencing all the Dark Crisis, the Dark Crisis. And apparently, the last issue or two of this book takes place 2 days after the Dark Crisis. So I'm what even is that? So again, if you know what that is, maybe you enjoyed the book better than I did. Yeah, so some of the biggest negatives I can think of the book are all the tie-ins. And I don't mean tie-ins as in there's tie-in issues. I mean, maybe there was. I didn't read those. But it references, Watchmen and Doomsday Clock and, Dark Crisis, and leads into this golden age. So if you weren't currently plugged in with the present day DC universe at the time this was written, a lot of this is just gonna just be going over your head. Not that it's too hard to figure out, but it's just I don't know. It kind of feels like a cash grab, if I'm being honest. 10 years later, let's return to Flashpoint. Let's put Geoff Johns' name on the book, but really we have 3 other writers. So, your mileage may vary. I don't regret reading it. I'm looking forward to reading it again with context down the line. But I just wanted to cover it here while Flashpoint, the event, was still fresh in my mind. I don't think it added to Flashpoint. It probably didn't take away from Flashpoint. I'm actually surprised they don't do a separate Flashpoint monthly title featuring the Thomas Wayne Batman and whatever, but who knows? Maybe they will. Until next time, I'll see you there.